Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the next bout of the evening. It is scheduled for 10 3-minute rounds of professional light heavyweight championship boxing. It is for the WBO International Light Heavyweight title and the IBF European Light Heavyweight title. It is sponsored by Inno Capital. Introducing first, making his way to the red corner, this is Emil Markic.
So Markic will make his way in here. He turned professional in June of 2012 in Bosnia-Herzegovina. He ran off 8 straight wins, 5 by knockout to begin his career. In March of 2013, he suffered his only loss in Germany. Since then, 16 straight wins. This kid can fight. Boxing, the word on him, he's well conditioned, he's a world-class fighter, he's an action fighter, and he comes right after his opponents. He's got power with his overhand right and real solid body shots, and that should play right into Umar Salamov, who Kevin Barry thinks is his next big prospect. So this is huge for Emil Markic. He hails from Mostar in Bosnia-Herzegovina, nice kid. And this should be a war for as long as it goes. The WBO Light Heavyweight International title as well as the IBF East-West European belt on the line. Emil Markic.
Pretty key in those 16 victories too, Colonel. 13 KOs in that. So we know he can punch.
A lot of people think this might be the fight of the night between these two guys.
And his opponent making his way to the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, this is Umar Salamov.
Umar Salamov is a huge guy in terms of his popularity in his home country of Chechnya. In fact, he got a call from the president of the country. His name is Ramzan Kadyrov. Kadyrov is the president of Chechnya, and he told Umar Salamov, you win this WBO World Light Heavyweight International title, and whatever gifts you want when you go home are yours. So that's plenty of incentive. Kevin Barry first saw this kid in sparring with Vladimir Klitschko, and like everything he saw, Taylor Barry, his son, kept in touch with Salamov, and he came to Kevin's camp in Las Vegas to prepare for his IBO Light Heavyweight title fight in Moscow. That happened to be the same night that Kevin was over here with Joseph Parker against Carlos Takam. But nonetheless, Salamov is back in the camp. The kid turned pro in Ukraine in 2012 with a knockout win and stopped 10 of his first 12 opponents. 4 fights in 2016, needless to say, he won them all. This is his first fight this year. He holds several minor titles. He sparred with the world champ Shumanov and really held his own in that. Take a look at the tail of the tape. Salamov is big. 4.5 inches taller, weight's about the same. He's 10 years younger, only 22. He's a puppy. And he's going to have an inch or 2 advantage in reach. Both guys undefeated. This is looking good.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled
That light
for 10
heavyweight
3-minute
division,
rounds
it's
of
incredibly
professional
exciting,
championship
Colonel.
light heavyweight boxing. It is
And
for the
here's
vacant
another
WBO
latent talent coming
International
up.
Light Heavyweight title and the vacant IBF European Light Heavyweight title. It is brought to you by Inno Capital. The sanctioning body for this title fight is the World Boxing Organization. Supervisor Danny Lee. Your 3 judges are ringside: Ian Scott, Anaru Harriman, and Darcy Williams. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge is Dan Rex Taptasan. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with gold trim. He weighed in at 79.2 kgs or 174.6 pounds. He hails from Mostar, Bosnia and Herzegovina. He has 25 professional fights, 24 wins, 1 loss, with 19 big wins coming by way of KO. Introducing Emil Markic. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner enters the ring wearing black trunks with silver trim. He weighed in at 79.3 kgs or 174.8 pounds. He hails from Alakankawa, Russia. Now residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. In 2014, he was the WBO European Light Heavyweight Champion. 2016, the IBO World Light Heavyweight Champion. He is trained by world-renowned boxing trainer and coach Kevin Barry. He has 18 professional fights, 18 wins, with 13 big wins coming by way of KO. Introducing Umar Salamov! Fighters to the center ring. For referee tap dancing's instructions.
One of the very best referees in the world refereeing this championship fight, Dan Rex Taptazan.
Only one chief second.
10-point must scoring system, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Fighting cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight.
Okay, come on.
If we get into any accidental fouls, I'll explain the rule as it becomes pertinent. So, President Ramzan Kadyrov, you enjoy this and all the people in Chechnya and this world telecast.
Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Fight hard, fight clean, touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Umar Salamov is the guy with the beard. He's the IBO, which is the lighter regarded championship. Andre Ward is the reigning WBA and IBF and WBO champion. And on June 17th in Las Vegas, there's a rematch between him and Kovalev. And Adonis Stevenson from Canada holds the WBC title. Here we go. The fellow with the beard is Umar Salamov. Emil Makic is the guy with the gold trim from Bosnia-Herzegovina.
He's on range, on point with his jab early. He varies it well. He's got a lot of different options.
Makic is no walkover. When you see he's got 24 wins and a very, very good fighter himself. Let's see how Umar Salamov does. There's a couple of titles on the line for this. The IBO Heavyweight Championship is not on the line.
193 centimeter reach at light heavyweight is pretty huge. Watch out for Salamov's body shots in particular. He's got a good variety of them.
I mean, this guy held his own in sparring with Beibut Shumanov, who's a reigning world champion, one of Kevin Barry's world champions. Kevin took him to the world title.
Don't spear it, Omar. Don't spear it. Move it. Move it. Move your jab.
Did Dan Rex Taptazan say, don't spear, don't just hold that hand out there and go forward with it. This guy's a great referee.
Landed a nice clipping right hand there early.
Oh, man. See that quick right hand and that body shot right on the liver? His liver shots are very punishing. Dan Rex says no pushing.
Makic is very upright there, and he's opening himself up with his stance for some hand control movement from Salamov. Don't be surprised to see him pull down those gloves at some point.
Salamov has a really good jab. When he doubles it and taps like that, he's looking to set up something else. He's looking to set up the right hand or come back downstairs with a left hook.
At the moment, he's just probing, showing different looks, different feints, looking to create an opening. Makic.
I like that term Mikey used, probing, because that's exactly what he's doing here in the first round. This is scheduled for 10. There's a couple of light heavyweight titles on the line for this fight. The WBO light heavyweight international title and the IBF East-West European belts are all on the line here.
Salamov, he's fighting very much within himself, but he's on his jab so early in this game. Makic needs to change something up very quickly, because sooner or later Salamov will open up. At the moment, he's just testing, probing, seeing where those gaps are.
Seeing what Makic has coming back to him so far, waving the hands around, reaching and probing again with that right hand. Now he's getting a little bit more definitive with his jab.
So he threw that right hand just to see what Makic would do, and Makic didn't really react to it. So he needs to show something now.
This guy's got a lot of power, Salamov. He's got 12 knockouts in his 18 victories, and he can really bang to the body. Very much a feeling out round for both guys in this round, but you'll see it pick up in the next round. Remember, Makic is no step over. He's got 24 victories.
Pretty clear round to Salamov. Held him at the edge of the spear for most of the round. Occasionally dropped the right hand in. Makic did very, very little in return.
Now you see Kevin Barry, and he'll ask him to pick it up just a hair.
Okay, it's right there for us. Okay, he's open. Jab, 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 and boom.
You see the translator in the corner. Wants him to clip him with the overhand right off the double jab.
And this, very nice.
That guy that's translating for him is his manager, Casman as the Becko.
Very, very nice.
Seconds out for round 2.
If Salamov starts to land that right hand, not only is it dangerous in itself, but he positions himself to use his left rips to the body, and he does that very well to both the liver and solar plex.
And you watch him now, Mike. He'll pick it up a pace in this second round because Kevin wants him to triple the jab and throw the right hand. Let's see if he picks it up. You can tell that there's a different adrenaline flow right now from the early seconds here in round number 2. This is scheduled for 10. We're at the Vodafone Event Center here in Mexico City, just outside of Auckland, New Zealand.
This is something I noticed in the tapes of Salamov as well. He's very good on the inside at tying up arms, using quasi-wrestling moves just to, stop the guy or turn him out. Markic, he started with a lot more head movement in this round as well. He's obviously knows he needs to get on the inside, otherwise he's going to be a victim to some long shots.
Well, he's paring with his jab. I'm talking about Markic, and that's not going to keep Salamov out. As Salamov really sat down with that right hand to the body underneath the left elbow. As long as he keeps that hand up high, and there's Salamov going winging with the right hand shot. Just to see him if he could touch him. See, he stretches out, trying to get him, and Dan Rex won't allow him to do that much. But there's the right hand. He's found a home for that right hand over top of that left hand of Markic. This is loaded up the right hand that time.
Now he's got him rolling with it. I look to see either a left uppercut or a body rip coming in off that right hand. He's pretty much having his way with him. Markic, just nothing really coming back at this point.
Touched him up a little bit with that jab, doubled the jab that time, but nothing behind it. Solid right hand taken on the high cheek on the left side of the face of Markic. Another shot right there.
Nice little long twisting uppercut he threw there.
I don't particularly like the habit that Salamov has of holding the hand out. I like to see him pumping that jab. He's up on his toes now, circling around to the right. There's definitely a flow of adrenaline going here now for Salamov.
There's that body shot.
Yeah, the good body shot there.
Markic shown nothing but being a mobile punching bag at this point. No disrespect to him, but he's just not offering. He's hurt by that body shot there.
That's a liver shot right on top of the liver. Anybody that knows anything about boxing realizes the power when you get hit on top of that liver, and that it doesn't look like it's anything too fancy, but man, it hurts a guy, and it's taken a little bit of the steam. If you notice in the wide shot that already Markic is a little bit loose in his knees. Great shot, guys, to show that now. And that's all from that right hand shot and the left hook to the body that caught him right on the liver.
Here comes an uppercut, I suspect, with the right hand if Markic keeps dipping to his left the way he is.
Markic's legs are back now, but he's ever so much more awkward. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just saying, when he was on the ropes, you saw him stiffen up momentarily. That pause when you know a fighter's been hurt when that body shot came in. Salamov is pretty much has this bout on a string at the moment.
Very quick moving away, then he resets at his round. So Salamov did more in the second round than he did in the first, but he's won the first 2 rounds, 10-9. Judges here, Ian Scott, Anaru Harriman, and Darcy Williams.
Very good body work, okay? Keep hitting into the body.
And there's this overhand right. Lands it beautifully. And he did that a second time. And that's where the Russian went right in. Grated that across the ribs. If he'd taken it a little bit further around the back, would have been in liver territory. But he'll have given the rib cartilage a good shake up.
Okay, don't let him
Now Kevin likes the way things are going, so he'll ask him to turn it up one more notch here now.
This guy doesn't want to be there.
Joseph Parker with David Higgins. David has done some job keeping this together while Dean Lonergan's been overworking on the fight for July 2nd between Pacquiao and the Hornet. Can't wait to see Jeff Horn in action against Manny Pacquiao over there in Australia, in Brisbane, on the 2nd of July, and that's been Dean's work for the past couple of weeks.
Little right hand there from Markic, almost caught Salamov napping.
This is round 3 at the Vodafone Event Center in Mexico City.
Little nod of the head from Markic to say that didn't hurt.
Just a little bit short with the right hand there, but Salamov is it's funny. Sometimes he paused with the right hand, other times he'll sit. There it is, right there. He sat down and really clipped him on that nose. And so this hard right hand on the cheek. That would have knocked out a lesser conditioned fighter than Markic.
See how he's using the left hand too to pull down the glove and find there it is again.
Yeah.
Just looking to curl the right hand in around the ear or the temple.
These are the slick things that a guy learns that you can't teach fighters. They either can do it or they can't do it. They can be refined having a trainer like Kevin Barry. But this guy, I can see why Kevin's so high on him. Took a couple of shots there. Let's see if that turns up the adrenaline for Salamov.
He's very cool and calm, though.
Really cool, Mike.
Very calculated with what he does, too. He's got a lot of time with Markic because there's not a lot coming back. I would like to see him just pace up on that jab a little more.
You know, he's found a home for that right hand, and 3 times now after the right hand, he goes viciously with left hooks to the body, and he's landing ever so much more closer to dropping him with a liver shot. The liver hangs just below. It's the biggest organ of the body other than the skin, and it hangs just below that rib on the right side.
That was good setting up from Salamov because he went downstairs the first couple of times off the right hand, and then he came back once he had the hand dropped with the left hook high and landed another one on the ear then.
Salamov really sitting down on his punches now. He has no respect for the punching power of a guy that's got 19 knockouts and 24 wins in Markic.
That was a power jab. That was reminiscent of a Klitschko kind of jab. Just almost like a lot of fighters' right hands. And another one there. Showed the right hand, leapt in with that stiff jab.
Huge audience in Russia and Chechnya for this one. Big audience in Romania for the heavyweight championship fight. We welcome all of you folks that are watching in England. We know that you have a lot of interest in what Joseph Parker does, and you got to be proud of Anthony Joshua. He turned a new page in the heavyweight division. Everybody's talking heavyweights now because of what Anthony Joshua did against a guy that reigned for almost 10 years as heavyweight champion of the world, and Vlad Klitschko.
Salamov, I think, is just trying a bit too hard to clean his clock with a single shot. Just like to see him start to string combinations together. That's where he's at his best. Still a dominant round.
On the other hand, he's just winning every single round, 10-9. And if you've noticed as the rounds progress, that in each round he lands more clean shots. As Kevin Barry on his knee, that's Taylor Barry to his right. Go ahead.
There's that clean right hand. Markic, she's having to move. And there's the body shot. And later on, the left hook came.
Look at this.
You see how he pulled the glove back there too with his left hand. Spared the jab and pulled the glove, bang, with the right hand. And subtleties from Salamov, just 18 fights into his professional career.
Yeah, Markic has, again, Markic is a guy from Bosnia-Herzegovina with a record of 24 victories and 19 knockouts. This guy is not a step over. You know, he's on the boxing book on Markic. He's supposed to have real solid body shots. He hasn't landed a serious body shot in this fight. As we move to round number 4. This fight is sponsored by Inno Capital.
Hard to be offensive when you've got your elbows taped to your sides to prevent yourself from getting paralyzed by body shots.
Got to get this plug in for Inno Capital. When the banks say no, look into Inno for your finance solutions of $1 billion or more. It's inno.co.nz.
Again, Salamov just shutting him down on the inside. I suspect he's looking for a right uppercut just to pull Markic into it if the opportunity presents itself.
Round 4, every round Salamov has won, and gradually he's landing more and more power shots as the rounds go by. This is not going to go 10 rounds. I'd be very surprised because Markic has taken some pretty heavy punches so far. Nobody's been down. Nobody's been really shaken. There was that one liver shot that I thought Markic's body began to show a little bit loose in the knees and heavy in the heels. Let's see if Salamov sits down on the punches here in this round. Sort of an awkward sort of guy to have to defend yourself against. But this guy's pulling straight back as Markic, and it allows Salamov to come in. He loves to put that left hand out there and then fire his right hand behind it. Dan Rex told him one time, I'm talking about the referee, Dan Rex Teptonson, told him one time, hey, you can't just leave that out there. You got to throw a punch. But he measures him with it. You can just see, oh, I want to throw that right hand behind it. Lonnie Beetham is sitting next to me, and he's a fighter himself, as you are. And when you see that there, you just, oh, man, I want to throw. Oh, look at that. It shot landed right on the button, and that hurt him hard. That was a right hand, and his legs are hurting.
Well,
up to 7 and 8. Can he recover?
Well, he'd been setting him for the whole round for that. You could almost read a script to it. He was just pouring, waiting for him to drift.
Well, there's a lot of time, a minute to go, and here comes Solomon now. Bangs him hard to the body. Dan Rex is watching. There's about 7 or 8 unanswered punches here. This guy doesn't throw back. It could be over. Look at this. Solomon showing that he wants to finish this guy. Hard shot upstairs. Uppercut right hand. There's about 10 or 12 unanswered. That's it. It's all over. Dan Rex says, no, I'm not going to let you take any more. So when Solomon decided to turn it up, it's all over. It's a technical knockout in the 4th round for Umar Solomon. He did what he came to do, and Mr. President Razam Kadyrov, congratulations. Get out the Rolex watches and the Mercedes. The kid's coming home.
Well, there you go. But look, it was a good stoppage by Dan Rex as well. He waited as long as he could, gave Markic the opportunity to throw back. He threw a couple early, but he was basically getting worn down. And a good stoppage. Shalamov, I just think he fought very, very much within himself. I've actually seen him sharper in the past, but impressive nonetheless. He had it all his own way right from the first round. Landed his jab. That was the key for him. Then he started to land to the body, and that clubbing overhand right was a single shot that dropped Markic to his knees, and it was the beginning of the end.
Well, I was highly impressed by what I saw, because gradually with each round, go ahead, you pick up the replay.
And there is that right hand. He just caught him dipping in. Again, he speared him with the left hand, measured him, and dropped the right hand right on the temple. Markic, he still kept his eyes on him, but you could see he was discombobulated, I think is a good word for that. Right on the temple.
You know, you mentioned, Mike, how many times where he measured him.
Well, this was the finishing shots there. And Salamov, he had it all his own way. You can see the referee, Dan Rex, he was waiting, and finishes the fight with a good flourish, and no complaints from Markic, who frankly I think would have been happy to get out of there.
Well, I like everything I've seen from Umar Salamov, and Kevin knows, because he trained Beibut Shumanov to the world title, and Kevin thinks this guy is a better light heavyweight even at this stage than Beibut is. So I love the way he set him up. He measured him with the left hand, and when it came time to fire that right hand, he was able to do it. Let's get the official particulars now from the Lieutenant Dan Hennessy.
Fighters to the center ring, please. Ladies and gentlemen, with 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone in the 4th round, your referee Tap Desan calls a stop to this contest for your winner by TKO and new WBO Intercontinental and IBF European Lightweight Champion, Umar Salamov!
Right now we're with Umar's translator and manager. Now, Umar's first time down here in New Zealand. We've been treated to Kevin Barry's fighters before. That was an amazing display, a great performance.
Ты вот выступил первый раз в Новой Зеландии. Как-то понравилось выступление с Кевином Барри?
Мне очень понравилось в Новой Зеландии. Я полюбил эту страну. У меня отличный тренер. И подготовка была хорошая. И по воле Всевышнего я выиграл.
First time in New Zealand, I got the great coach, the best in the world, and I like New Zealand. I love New Zealand, and I'm very glad that my performance is very well.
Well, at the moment, Umar, New Zealand love you and your style, very clinical. Great display. It looked like he took his time and a beautiful couple of liver shots before he finished him with the overhand right to the head.
What, the liver shot?
Yeah, loved your style. They loved his style.
Публике нравится, который наносил удары по корпусу.
Это мы очень уделяли много внимания на тренировках ударом по корпусу. Мы над этим работали, и получилось хорошо.
We done a lot of things to do that in the training camp. That was our favorite punch.
KB, how excited you about Umar? Because I mean, just watch him now. He's a very tall light heavyweight with a full kit of punches.
You know, this is a young man who's only going to get better. I think in a couple of years he's going to be something very, very special. And we've had a tremendous camp, and I love having him in the gym. He works hard. He's got the country of Chechnya behind him. In fact, they're all watching this fight live, and I know he's got a few words because the president's sitting there watching him.
Umar, you've got a message to the president of Chechnya?
Assalamu alaikum Ramzan Ahmadovich. Assalamu alaikum Sidol Nohchi. Ramzan, del reis khilol. Del reis khil Ramzan. Dal muqla hoshway. Nachala biamat dal muqla hoshwart hadordo inshallah.
Can you translate that for us?
Yeah, he said, thank you very much to our local Chechen Republic President Ramzan Kadyrov. He said great thanks to him, and he's very appreciated that he's supporting him. All this done because of him. Yeah, he's very grateful for me.
Umar Salamov!
I love you, New Zealand. Thank you, my coach, Kevin Barry. Thank you, Taylor. Joshua Parker, thank you.
That's pretty good English to me.
You're fucking up.
Umar Salamov, what a beast, and his English isn't too bad as well. Thought Monty Beetham was going to break out in song there for a moment when he called him Umar Salamov. His hand came up, he was on fire inside that ring. Going to be fireworks on May 25.